Catch your name again?
Marcy Fuller.
Marcy Fuller. Okay. Well, Miss Marcy Fuller came from a long place. Anyways, Marcy has been looking for a different type of nails, more healthier nails, and she saw us on Facebook, saw a video, and then she stopped by here. And she has a friend. Her name is Heather, and she wants to record this to let Heather see how the process works and how this this process worked, and so Heather can get an idea of how it works. So here it is. We're gonna start right away, okay?
Hi, Heather.
All right, so we got the tip on. We texture the nails, also texture the tip too, okay? And you want to use a fine sand bit, not the coarse one, okay? Because the whole process of this is to save the nail plate. Okay, so now you can put on the base coat. It's a dermatologist. It's pretty cool.
It's important to be dermatologist, right?
So the cool thing about this base coat is that it has a lot of minerals and nutrients. So the moment, even if you touch the cuticles, it's beneficial because it's absorbing all that into the epidermis, so it helps it. Unlike primer, if you put it on the cuticle, it burns and it's not healthy for it.
Dries it out.
Yeah, it dries it out. So it's okay to have it on the cuticle. By the way, you can also use this base coat to do dip powder. Instead of using the base that you guys use for dip powder.
I don't think she does dip powder.
Yeah, well, you can use this base for dip powder because it's a natural base. It's a natural product. It doesn't burn your eyes. As you can tell, there's no smell to it.
Right.
And there's no ammonia that burns your eyes. And with dip powder, when you use their base, you have to do one finger at a time. Well, with this one, you can paint the whole 5 finger and sprinkle on it and put it in there and it'll dry. The process is faster, it lasts longer too. But anyways, this is not about dip powder. This is about Dream Gel, Smart Gel, okay?
So Dream Gel and Smart Gel is the same thing?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
I call it Smart Gel. It's made by Dream Gel. So I call it Smart Gel because they started to change the name to Smart Gel. Find out that it's a smarter way of wearing nails. Simplicity, right? Safer, effective, and lasts long. Oh, guys, I forgot to texture this hand. Actually, I did that on purpose earlier so I can show you guys when I started the video. So what you want to do is use the sand bit that is more soft, not the coarse one. So you want to force up the texture of the tip, because with gel it's so smooth, and the way the gel works is that it bonds to texture. So the more texture it has, it bonds. But in this case, this product, it don't need a lot of texture. As long as it has something, it will bond to it really well. So the reason why, if you don't do this, when you put the gel on, over a period of time, you'll start noticing the gel come off from the tip because the surface is so smooth right here, and it just doesn't bond well. So you want to texture it if you want it to hold on the tip.
Just one time?
Just one time, yeah. Okay.
Pretty that way. Yeah. It'll look really pretty when it's done.
So we have 2 types of gel, guys. We have a builder gel, and I'll do one finger just to show you guys that. But today I'm going to do the Smart Gel because it's simple, it's easy. It's like if you know how to apply acrylic, then you can do Smart Gel. That's the reason why they call it Smart Gel, because it mimics the acrylic. The whole process of applying it and getting the time to shape it with the monomer. That's why they call it Smart Gel. Alright, put that in there. Alright guys, now that we got that going, I'm going to zoom it up a little bit right there. So this is what I use, the monomer. It's an oil-based liquid. And now we got the Smart Gel. The gooey stuff. Now, what I like to do is also have a napkin, just in case you might want to clean the brush. And I like to use number 14 brush because it picks up just enough liquid and not over too much liquid. Sometimes too much liquid can be very runny for the gel. So I like to use a 14. It's just enough for me to play with the consistency. So another tool is a spatula. You can use any type of spatula you want, a cuticle pusher or whatever. We have different ones. The company has their own special one too. So here's what we do. You start from the edge. Okay, let's pick it up like that. See how simple that is? And you apply it just like that. And from there you use this brush, you dip into the monomer, get it oil on there, and then you basically push it up to the cuticle, right? Once you get it to the cuticle, play it aside. The key is to don't let it run to the side too much. And you want the strength to be strong, so you want to keep the center kind of thick, because then it'll make the nail stronger, it'll last longer. It doesn't break as easily. So you notice I'm just playing the side of it. See? Working the side, kind of pull it down, leave the center. And then when you get to the tip, just kind of smooth it out. You want to go down like this, so it can actually go all the way down to the tip base right there. And then now what you want to do is just go ahead and clean the side like this. Just like this. See? It's not hard at all. It's not like acrylic where it dries up right away. It actually just, that's all it does. And you keep it on the light for like 2 or 3 seconds just so it can kind of crystallize a little bit on the outside, so the product doesn't move no more. All right, it's not completely hard. You can't foul this, but it'll keep the shape so you can move. So you can work on the next finger.
Now, when I get a fill, do you have to remove them completely?
No,
or?
you fill them just like you would fill acrylic. You just sand the back part, and then just fill them back in. Yeah, that's a good question. When you do a fill-in, you would sand the back part, rough it up, and then you would take a piece of this, less than this obviously, and then just put it in the back right here and just blend it in together. And that's all it takes to do a fill. Matter of fact, it's faster to do a fill with this than you do a fill with acrylic. If you get get better at it, obviously, used to it.
And I like French. Should I have told you that?
Yeah, you should have told me that. I would have put the white on the bottom. But in this case, I can put the white on top, and then
Okay,
we can
sorry.
do that later. Yeah, we could have put the light pink and stuff on there too. So here it is. She has longer nails, and her nail plate is really nice, and nail bed is real long and wide here. So it takes a lot of product. So sometimes a lot of product you may need to do twice instead of one bead, but that's one bead that I put on here. What you want to do is to see if they like it stronger. If they like it stronger, then you reinforce it with another piece. If they like it thin, although this product is so flexible that it doesn't break anyways.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you can give a really nice natural look to it, and it won't break. See, it doesn't take long at all to do. It's pretty quick. The fact that it doesn't freeze up like acrylic or time limit like the dip, it's just easier for anybody that just want to learn how to do nails. They can do this. They can pick it up really fast. It's friendly user friendly, you know. So let's say thank you to Marcy here for being our model today.
Twice.
Awesome.
Thank you. This is for you, Heather.
Yeah.
I've never seen a little light like that.
We're inventors, manufacturers, and inventors. Well, we can't put it on there yet. Anyways, see this, Heather? It's real simple. You want to work the side so it doesn't run all the way on down on there. So you kind of work both sides like this, and just kind of pull down on it. It automatically comes to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of self-level. It just goes into its place, and all you do is you barely tap it. If you notice, my brush doesn't move at all. Just touching it like this, and kind of pull it down. Once you get to the tip, you want to even it out a little bit. Kind of spread it out. Just like acrylic, you know, like that, and so you see if there's a little bit, if you find that it's kind of thin right there, it's real simple. All you do is you take this, you put this on here like that, and then you just start it again. It'll blend right into it. You see that? Just like acrylic. But the cool thing is, like, you don't have a time limit. You just keep shaping it and mold it and sculpture it until you find that you're comfortable with that look, or you know, you're happy with the shape that you have, and all you have to do then is just put in the lamp. Once you put it in the lamp, then just a few seconds, so you don't waste too much time on it, so you can work on the other one. See now it's stronger in that corner. So at the thumb, you just get more. Obviously, the more you do it, the more you can guess how much product you need. She's doing a fill-in right there. See this, Heather? It's not. Just kind of pull it down, and it goes down with it. Just keep the sidewall away from the cuticle. That's all you have to do. The top part, the center might look thick right now, but you can come back here after you get the sidewall done, right? So you kind of do this, just barely pull it down, keep it clean, and then once you get here, you kind of pull down on it, you know.
Does this come in colors? Like different colors?
In the future, we're gonna put color in it. Right now, we're trying to get people to get used to it before we can do colors. Because colors is just real simple. You just add pigment color to it and just stir it up. You can, you know, the sky's the limit on color, you know. Yeah, and basically, you know, those color powder, like you see it with the dip, those are color powder. And the only thing is those are synthetic powder. The powder we go with are organic powder. They cost more, but because that's our logo, that's our motto, it's natural. So we get ours naturally. So that's how we keep our product chemical free, kind of like, or at least there's always going to be a little bit of something, but at least keep the harmful one out, the good ones in. You know,
Right.
so
So is that manicure with gel, Mom? Yes. That's fine.
like BNA, BNA is a bad ingredient, but some of the product has it in it. You know what I mean? And you don't know that until you read the ingredients and stuff. We don't have any of that stuff in there. You can actually look that up online, on Google. Just pull up harmful chemical on nails or whatever, you know, and they'll pop up in some of these stuff, and you can read up on it. I'm not saying it's gonna like take your life or anything, but yeah, you know, most of the time people that wear nails, it's a long time trend, you know, and so it contributes to it. You know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and just, who knows?
Sure.
I almost show off my product.
That's really good. That'd be a hot item.
Yeah, they have it ready for me. I just have to get my site up, all that marketing stuff up before I start taking place, because it's all about marketing.
And patents.
Yeah, and patents. Yep.
So why is this better than the building gel?
The building gel is, this is just easier to do. This is for like if you're doing longer nails, like this, like your nails is long. It's easier to do this than building gel, because building gel takes time to build out, and you would have to use like multiple beads, and then it just takes a little longer. Building gel would be better with shorter nails, with one bead. So here, I'll show you here how to do a builder gel. It's the same thing. It's just this one was mixed with a monomer, but building gel is pretty simple. It's easy to do. It's not hard, but it does take a little practice to get used to, you know.
Oh yeah. You can always tell when someone's new at it.
Oh yeah, it could be very frustrating when using building gel.
I do notice the UV light does not burn my fingers off. It doesn't. It's not hot on my fingers.
Oh yeah, if you use those other brand, I don't use name on my videos, but if you use those brand right there, we know those are name brands, because the water is just 64, and this is from 54 and down, and we can change it. So it's just less energy. Also the LEDs are different. You have to understand the spectrum waves. Like for example, UV rays start from 300 to 450. Anything higher than about 400 and stuff like that, it gets close to the UVC, UVB, and that's not good for you. So anything between 400 and down, like 395 is an edge, and this one is probably about 380. So it's not.
Because I don't have to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so there's a lot into it. You know, people that, and a lot of times technicians, they're not saying they don't know, but they're more into just getting service done. And with me, I'm just trying to get more of the understanding of how things work. Okay, so this is the builder gel. Okay, and this is the smart gel. And so the builder gel, you have to use a different type of tool. I use this little tool right here, the crystal brush here. And so because builder gel, you may have to use like 2 beads. In this case, I can use 1 bead. If you're experienced, you can use one bead. So the technique to this is just hold it there and let it bond. You gotta feel it bond sticking to the nail and to the base coat, right? But if you notice, my brush never leaves the gel. Never take your brush off the gel. The gel should always connect to your brush. The moment you take it off and disconnect it, you're gonna mess up. It's gonna ruin it. It's gonna make it even harder. So always keep the brush with the gel, no matter what you do. So once you get the connection, once it stick to the cuticle right there on top that you like, now you do this motion. And then as you move, you look at it, it'll start to bond to the product, right? And you don't want it to be on the cuticles because then it'll be a little hard to get off. So you want to get as close as cuticle as possible and then let the product actually run itself, self-settle into it, right? So you notice I never ever actually lift my brush from the gel itself. It's always stay connected to the gel. And once I got where I want it, once I get it to connect to the side wall and stuff, now it'll never going to now you just go back and forth. It's going to follow the gel how I said it from the beginning. See? And then you just kind of guesstimate and just eyeball the thickness of it, right? So here it is. This is how you build a gel.
That's what I'm used to, yeah.
Yeah, see? Ta-da! And then you just kind of drag this down a little bit, kind of get that little curve to it. But like anything else, you can sand this too. So you can use a sander and sand it down. But like anything else, you want to cure it a little bit on the side. You want to cure the side first so it doesn't run. The center is not going to run anyways.
Oh, now this one's a little hotter.
Yeah, because why? Because it's clear. It's clear, so the spectrum goes through faster, so it cures faster. So each time you have this product in there, you may not know it, but every gel that uses products, it has a lot of metal flakes. Not metal flakes, but there's reflectors, per se. They're real fine, you can't see it. So fine you can't see it, but when the spectrum comes in, it reflects. It bounces off each other. And that's how it dries the gel.
Look at the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're the same thing. It's just that this one is mixed with more particles, so we can, and then just a little bit so the monomer would break it down, where this one, the monomer doesn't really break it down, and it has no particles in it, so that's why it's clear. But in the end result, when you put it clear over it, you will not see it because the particle that we put in here is clear anyways. It just looks like that, but when you put a clear coat on it, it'll translucent it over because it'll bounce through. Anyway, that's just more science. So that's how you do a builder, okay? So we'll put this away. And now we go back to this one.
Now, if I gouge a chip out of it,
Uh-huh.
do you have to cut the nail and put a tip on it, or can you fix it?
With a form, you can fix anything. Yeah, you can use a form on this. If I put a form on, I can just do it and build it out the way I want it and just cure it.
I've been feeling the baby oranges. You know, the little cuties or whatever they are.
Once again, Heather, all you do is just pull the side, okay? By the way, I know she said that you're Vietnamese, so I'm gonna say chào chị. Okay? Nếu chị muốn
Call
làm
me a name?
no, I call her in talking to her in Vietnamese, chào chị. Nếu mà chị muốn xài thử sản phẩm này á, để test out á, thì gọi em. And em gửi cho một chút sample, hay là chỉ mua cái sản phẩm nguyên set của nó thì em sẽ maybe give you a first time discount to get started. So nếu mà chị muốn thì chỉ lăn liệt với em ha. Trước khi chút xíu nữa em để số điện thoại trên đây để hay là em đưa số điện thoại cho Marcy Rồi nó đưa cho chị, ok. So this video is directly for you, Heather. Yep, it's like this every day. They have fun here. They all get along.
Mine's on my calendar. I'll get rid of mine.
GG. All you do is just put it shit all the way up like that, like a little ball on top, right? And then you just kind of work the side. See how it runs? Tap it and it melts into it, kind of self-level. Same thing. This side, you just tap it and the oil would self-level it. Once it gets to the side, nếu mà nó qua bên hông rồi ấy, cái chỉ all you have to do chỉ is to control cái này nè, control cho nó nằm chính giữa bên hông thôi, chính giữa thì đừng có đập nó xuống, ok? Chính giữa để nó vậy đi, cái chỉ kéo bên hông thôi, lâu lâu kéo chính giữa if you need it, mà kéo bên hông, okay. Kéo nó xuống cho nó đều. Mà cái này giống làm acrylic thôi chị, mà nó nhẹ hơn thôi, nó không có khô. So acrylic mỗi lần chị làm á, cái từ từ gần tới nửa móng á, nó cứng, chỉ phải đập mạnh chút xíu tại nó cứng lại, phải không? Cái này á, nó không bao giờ cứng được. So mỗi lần chị làm á, chị không bao giờ đập mạnh được, đập nhẹ thôi. Tại nó không có cứng đâu, nó đâu có freeze lại đâu, phải không? It doesn't freeze up. So like acrylic, when you get halfway, your brush has to get, your hand has to get a little stronger because the acrylic starts to freeze up, and so you have to use more pressure to move the product around. And so that's the only difference between this one. The product never gets hard, so your consistency of pressure is always going to be the same. All right, now keep that in that lamp. Bam. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just taking off some of the oil that the product pulls out with gel. The oil inside the gel is what keeps the gel consistency from crystallizing, really gooey. But once you cure it, the oil, it lifts the oil out, and so that's why sometimes when you see gel, it's kind of oily on top because it pulls the oil out and it crystallizes everything else. So what you want to do, the reason why I do that is so the oil doesn't stick to my tool later. That actually going to slow me down. They're both new, but I can't remember which one I actually sand the edges because it could cut you.
I'm not the only one that's stealing your balls.
I'm not stealing it, I'm waiting on the balls over there.
Well, I never normally do either. I bring it back.
Oh, but she goes home with it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
usually
no,
don't.
I don't want it.
I end up going home with it sometimes.
Losing my kids.
Okay, so now that you're done curing it out for 60 seconds, once you cure it for 60 seconds, it's hard. It's really hard.
Everyone's different.
But it still have a soft compound, so when you sand it and stuff like that, it's really, it doesn't take much. So be careful putting a lot of pressure on it. Okay. And just kind of shape it up. It's no different from doing anything else with the acrylic. Just kind of shape it
I got
the way they
what
like
I
it.
made last year. You're in trouble.
Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. In the meanwhile, I don't want to make this video really long. I'm going to go ahead and do with this one hand first, and I'm going to pause it and then come back to the part where I'm going to paint, okay? Because I don't want this video, because if you see one hand, it's just like the other hand. You just kind of duplicate it, right?
Oh, great.
Okay, Marcy likes her nails to be really symmetric, just straight out, evenly with her nails. Consistently, the width of it could be consistency. She don't want it tapered or wide, and that's how I actually like to make a nail, anyways, build a nail out.
Well, you just
So now what you want to do is use one of her drill bit. It's the pink drill bit that we use. It's a carbon bit. This is made for this product, so it can smooth out. You can use other ones, but then you'll have lines in it, and then you have to buff it a little bit more. But nevertheless, you can still use other product. With this one, I like it a lot because it doesn't cut you.
I like that.
You like that too, Marcy?
Yeah.
And so the key to this is you don't have to go around the product and leave an indentation in the nail. That way you have that red line. The key to this is just clean out the cuticle, and then the bevel is going to transition the product to the nail, and it looks real natural. Watch. See, so I'm just pushing up the cuticle, and then I'm just going to clean the cuticle. I don't even think about trying to clean the product. The product cleans itself by the Dremel touching it. But my key is to make sure that her cuticle is now nice and clean. You see that? Nice and clean, no rough edges.
I've never seen a bit like that.
Okay. And it's comfortable on your hand, and it doesn't hurt you. See, and then now once you get down here, you just want to just slightly, slowly kind of rough it up. Listen, this part I don't have to show you guys. Just smooth it out. If you do nails, then you know how to use a Dremel, then that's the same thing. But that's it. That's all you have to do. That's simple. And see, even if you actually touch it, it won't hurt you. Or you won't even cut you. It won't take the enamel out. It only takes this stuff out. So overall, from start to finish, this is why the product called Organic Regiment. When I say Organic Regiment, I don't want you guys to confuse the fact that we're an organic product, because there's no product out there that's 100% organic. There's always have something in there. It's just what type of something that could contribute to hazardous, right? And our product doesn't have any hazardous product in there. And it has very few of that chemical in it. Most of the stuff that we have are natural, or more natural base. So organic means from start to finish we use products. We don't use any acetone. It's a system. Organic regimen is more like a system. It's how you process it, right? So from start to finish, if you wear the product, we don't use any acetone to take it off. We don't use any primer to apply it. We don't use any drill bits that actually can harm the nail plate. So basically, from start to finish, we are trying to protect the nail plate itself. That's what it means. All right, I want to finish this one hand, and then I'm pause the video. That way, the video won't get too long, okay? Because the video is going on 30 minutes already. See how I'm just cleaning out the cuticles? Look.